Day trading is one of the most difficult industries to break into. Nevertheless, to make it your full-time income, your full-time job, and actually succeed within the industry. Day trading has a 99% attrition rate, and only 1 to 2% of traders will ever make this their full-time job. Well, considering those statistics and how hard day trading is, you should not be making it harder on yourself. You need to pick a quick, effective, and simple strategy that makes trading the markets every single day simple. For years, I tried things like ICT, Silver Bullet, Turtle Soup. The strategy was out there, you name it, I was trying it. I was failing miserably because these things were super hard concepts. There was many concepts and they weren't easy to grasp. When trading was already hard enough, why was I making it harder on myself? It wasn't until I found out the strategy of support and resistance, the 1 to 2 to 3 step simple strategy that is quick, effective, and shows up every single day in the market. In this video, I'm going to take you through what support and resistance is, how to trade it, and then I'm actually going to show you some backtesting examples of what entries I take, how I manage these trades, take profit, stop loss, all on a live backtesting session, etc. So without further ado, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the video. So here I am on Baby Pips, and let's actually start with what support and resistance is. When I tell you guys this strategy absolutely saved my trading, I 100% mean it. I was trying things like ICT concepts, I was trying all the strategies out there, VWAP and EMA strategies, and not to say those strategies can't work for other people, but when it comes to traders who just need to simplify their trading, this is the way to go. So let's actually read over what Baby Pips has here, what they are saying about support and resistance. It says support and resistance is one of the most used concepts in technical analysis. These two concepts serve as the backbone of price action and help you identify potential exits and entries. You guys get the gist of it. So let's take a look at this picture. What do you guys notice? Every time there is an area of resistance, it is up high. Every time there is an area of support, it is using a low. Support is the floor, resistance is the ceiling. Okay, so write that down in your notebook, get it in your head. Support is the floor, resistance is the ceiling. Okay, so when price moves up and then pulls back, the highest point it reached before it pulled back is now resistance. Okay, when price continues to go up again, the lowest point it reached before is now support. So like I said, the floor is support, the ceiling is resistance. Let's go ahead and look at TradingView here, and let's actually draw out something that looks like this. So if we draw out a structure point that looks something like this, let's pretend that this whole thing right here that I just drew out is price action. This is price moving right here. Well, the floor of price, the lowest point it is at, is now its support. So this would be the original area of support. Okay, this was a low point that price made on the floor of it, and then it made its move up. You can then drag that, and every time price comes back down and touches it again, well, we can assume that history likes to repeat itself based on orders that were being filled in this area of support. Well, what can we look to do? We can look to take a trade off this area when price comes back down and retest the area. You take something like this and you can target the most recent area of resistance. Okay, so if that is support, what would resistance look like? You have your high point that price made right here. This becomes your area of support or resistance, I'm sorry. You drag it, and as you can see, when price comes up and touches the area, it can make its move to the downside. Take a look here at the chart for an example. As we can see here, price bottomed out in this area right here and then shot up. So what would this low point become? Well, based on what we've learned, this would become our support area. So now as soon as price pulls back to the area, you can see it retests the same area as it did over here. And what do you get? The move, the upside. This strategy has produced me immense results. This is July of 2025. As you can see, here's my results over 20.8K in the month. Onto August, we have over 12K in the month. Into September, 19.7 with only one loser. Into October, I had my biggest month ever of over $73,000 with only 2 losers in the month. Into November, same thing, 3 losers, had a 19.6K month. Immense results this strategy has produced me. I went from failing funded account after funded account to blowing live account after live account to now having results like this due to support and resistance. The best part about it is I send these results in my live trading Discord every single day for my students. Here I am scrolling through my profit post section of my Discord where my students can post their results. And as you can see, I can go on and on and on about the results that my students are posting. As we can see right here, this guy just requested a payout yesterday. We have all these people with a bunch of good months, good trades, etc. I live trade in my Discord every single day. It is not a signal room. I get onto the charts every single day. I share the screen in a call with my students, and they end up taking these trades with me. As you can see, the results for them are just like mine. They're getting payouts, they're having undefeated weeks and months, etc. Right now, I am actually running a sale on my live trading Discord. Trading is an industry full of scams and full of dishonest people that just want to take money from beginner traders and people that don't have any experience with it. There's Discord rooms, there's mentorships that are going of upwards of $250 a month. Right now, I'm running a sale in my live trading Discord where you can get it for only $35 a month. In there, we live trade every single day. I send daily trade recaps, and as well, every Friday, I will do a weekly webinar with my students going over the trades that we took for the week. We as well run funded account giveaways and stuff like that, etc. It is immense amounts of value, live trading every day, a community of like-minded people, and all the other perks I mentioned for $35 a month. I don't know how long I'm going to run this sale, so make sure you get it while you have the opportunity. The link will be down in the description, but now let's get back to the video. Looking at an area of resistance, we can see that price topped out over here and then made a huge move to the downside. Well, if price is making that much of a move to the downside, and we can see that there is a bunch of orders in here that are going to the downside, we can see that sellers really like this area. So in fact, we'd take our tool and we'd mark out where price topped out, and we'd drag it to the right. But that's not it. What if you missed this move? Oh, Jake, I couldn't get in this move. I missed it. Well, this is the good part about support and resistance. Price then comes up, retests the area. You can get in, put your stops above the wicks, and you could have caught up to a 2.95, and if you held it all the way down there, an over a 1 to 4. So that is your area of resistance, and as I showed you before, your areas of support. You were looking for areas where price bottomed or topped out, and then you were waiting for price to come back to these areas, retest them once again, show that they are rejecting off of these areas like they did the first time, and then you can catch trades like this. Something that I like to do is use the sessions indicator that shows me the Asia, the London, the New York session. I don't use Sydney session. I turn that part off of it. I just use Asia, London, and New York session. And this is the opening candle right here for this morning's New York session. So what you can do is you can actually take, this is pretty close together. So we can take Asia low, mark it into London low just like that. And that becomes your entire area of support. And if you even drag it to the left here, you can see that New York low is a part of the move as well. Well, we can then go down onto the 5-minute time frame here, and we can see that market opened right here, and price continued to consolidate and chop in this area off the very lows that we marked off based off Asia and London lows, and you could have taken it all the way up to London and Asia highs and more at this point if you entered something that looked like this. Stops could have gone under here, the wicks, and you could have taken it all the way up to Asia high for almost a 1-2. So that is something that I like to do. If you cannot find clean areas of support or resistance on your own, you can go ahead and use the sessions indicator and mark off London highs and London lows and Asia highs and Asia lows. Those are actually going to be your most prominent areas of support or resistance because that is where all the liquidity is in the market. Those highs and lows are formed because orders in those areas forced price in a certain direction. So when price comes back to that area, you can only assume, it's not a 100% thing. You're not going to win every time, but you can only assume that price is going to use those very areas again to have the same amount of orders come off of them and shoot price in your direction once again as it did here. So here I am on my backtesting platform, backtesting. As we can see, we have Asia session lows and London session lows very, very close together. Therefore, we can mark them out kind of using the same box, and this will be our area of support. As you can see, price consolidates and bounces off of them, using it as an area of support. Same thing here, we have Asia high that we marked off, not as close to London high, so we just mark off Asia low solely. You could mark off London high if you want to, but it's a little bit of choppy price action, so I'll just stick with London low. As you can see, we have Asia high here. So now that we have our areas marked off, we can shut off the indicator for a cleaner chart, and let's see what we get. So what we want to see is price return to the area. Looks price is dumping away from it. Okay, it finally returns to the area. Okay, next thing you know, we have 2 candles rejecting the area. This is a prominent entry point. Okay, why? Step number 1, price is in our area of support that is now turned into resistance. You can see it was used as support over here. Price broke down, is pulling back into the area. We can now look to use that area as newfound resistance. It is not solely bounce plays. You can use areas of once that were support as newfound resistance and areas that were once resistance as newfound support. So what can we actually look for here? Well, we already determined that price was in our area. Not only that, we have candles holding off the area. We can see that price has failed to make new highs above the area. Price is holding off of the area right now. Step number 2, we can actually see that price is forming wicks. These candle wicks are prominent, okay? Wicks mean the wick of the candle is once where price was. So these top wicks were actually price at one point. Buyers trying to push price up, but sellers said no and rejected the price off the area. And they didn't just do that once here, they did it twice here again, and the candle ended up closing bearish. So 2 significant candles that we can say, okay, price looks to be slowing down here. What we can actually do is take our position, we could put it in, we could put our stops above the area, and we could just target this area of market structure down here for a 1 to 2.78. We can then enter the position, sell, and we can watch and see if price will end up playing out. And it ends up doing so and hitting take profit, and we even could have got more. So next example here, we can see the same thing. We see we have our Asia high marked out here, our London low combined with our Asia high marked out because they're so close together. We have our London high marked out here. As you guys can see, these are a little separate. I'm guessing this was the news candle, but nevertheless, the same idea. It doesn't change, you get it. So we can shut this off and we can see what price will end up doing. Now, price is currently in the area and it's showing good signs of entry. It is sweeping liquidity up here, pulling back into the area. And if it engulfs off this area, this is something that we could look to potentially take for a sell down. So we get a nice candle here. And if you can tell here, this is the same type of reaction that we got on the first example. We can see that price once tried to push itself up here and buyers ultimately failed. Sellers pushed price down and closed it right here. So being with that, I think that is a good entry point, but what is always safe to do is potentially wait for an engulfing candle, and wow, there you go, we get one right there. So we can go ahead and enter the trade here. Stops can go above this wick like that, and we can just target this area of market structure right here. We can then enter ourselves into the position, and we can see if price will play out. And it does. Wow, that's a big candle. Okay, and it ends up playing out right there for us. So I hope you guys got a good understanding of this strategy and how it works for me every single day. It is simple and effective, and it is only 2 to 3 steps. It is not 5 different steps. There's not 5 different entry confirmations. You are looking for 1 to 2 to maybe 3 things at most, and it happens every single day because you can use the Asia and London session high and lows as your areas of support and resistance. I hope you can see the immense results it's provided for my students, how it is taking my trading from complete failing to the next level full time to now where I can mentor these students and they can see the same results as me on live trading every single day. I love you all, and thank you all for coming to this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel as I'm trying to grow it and produce more trading content for beginners, intermediate, or experienced traders. Whoever you are, I want to help you out. But without further ado, that's going to be it for me, and I will see you in the next one.